At the moment, if we're going to remove all activities from the activities page, we're going to see such empty screen with an image and a little description. And the component which is responsible for showing this content is called the activities empty state. And now let's see what is going to happen to progress page in case we will not assign the time to any activity. And as we can see, the progress page in this case is completely empty. So why don't we do the same thing that we have done to activities page and show some content whenever there is no items to display. Firstly, let's go inside the activities component. And the way we're showing the placeholder with an image is this one. We are using Vue directive and checking if activities array is not empty, then we're gonna show activities list. Otherwise, we're showing the activities empty state component. That component with an image and a little description. And now let's switch over to the progress component. And in here we basically can apply the same approach. So I'm going to use Vue directive on this unordered list element, but here we need to check another array, tracked activities, because on the progress page we're only showing activities that were assigned the time. And now I'm going to copy this component from the activities page, move it into the progress page, but in this case this component will be called the progress empty state. So now we also have to move an import for this component. Let's paste it in here and rename this import. We are importing the progress empty state component. And now I'm basically going to open up the activities empty state component, make a copy of this file, and of course we'll call the new file the progress empty state with the same content. And in here we only need to change a couple of things. Firstly, let's change this description text a little bit, then the text in this alt attribute, as well as pass to an image. In this case, an image will be called no tracked activities. Next, inside the folder with all images, right next to no activities image, I'm going to create the new file with the name no tracked activities, paste in here SVG code of the new image. And now before actually going ahead and checking it in the browser, I have actually made one mistake while importing the progress empty state component. So let's switch over back to the progress component and fix this name, the progress empty state. And now we are ready to check the result. So switch over to the browser. And currently we have time assigned to every activity. So we have 3 progress items on the progress page. But once I'm going to remove the time from every activity, then on the progress page we're going to see our new component that shows an empty state with a new image. And the moment I'm going to assign the time at least to one activity, that component disappears and we instantly see one progress item. So this is working as expected. So now we have 2 different components for 2 different empty states on activities page as well as on the progress page. And before finishing this lesson, let's just do a little enhancements. Let's start from index.html file. We have a div with an ID of app, which doesn't have any content, and in this case, this div can actually be made self-closing, like so. Next, we're gonna do the same thing, but inside base button component. So let's make this slot tag self-closing as well. And now let's refactor these constant classes. I actually prefer using array for this. So let's just turn this whole expression into an array where the first element will hold list of all the classes which need to be assigned to the root element of this component. And as a second element, we're gonna use dynamic class, just like before. But in my opinion, this array notation is a little bit more readable. And one more place where we can make element self-closing is inside the header component. So in here we can turn this div into a self-closing element. And now one more time, let's just check in the browser if we haven't broken anything after doing all these changes. As we can see, all pages are displayed fine, so we can continue development in the next lesson.